I don't know how you guys feel, but I feel like this year has just went by so damn fast, and I've been through so much hell this year. The beginning of the year, I knew it was going to be bad, and I knew it was going to be some calamities and tragedies, but damn, I didn't think it would be as bad as it is, as it became, you know, losing family members, getting kicked out of the house and in a worse position, dealing with all types of, then dealing with the people around, and then dealing with fucking online trolls sending you death threats, calling you the N-word. It's really brutal. And all I want is just peace, but in this vortex of chaos, in this vortex of emotional instability, I gotta focus my mind, I gotta focus my grind, I gotta focus my time. I've been trying to make melodies and stuff, but it's like I need more VSTs, you know, because the VSTs I have now is pretty much stock plugging. I'm just trying to be able to just get like a little something off the ground, man. That's all I ever wanted, man. And my YouTube channel was doing well, and the monetization would have came quick. But in the position I'm in now, I can't really be in this position. It's not a permanent position. I just wish something would take off for me so I can actually live the life that I truly want. But we know what that is. The D word, we're not going to mention it because there's power in that. Obviously, look at my life. But have you guys noticed the chaos that's been in this world, the deception? Have you noticed that even when you get like when you go on Amazon and you order something from Amazon, you look at like a box of Cheetos, or you look at something like that, or look at a bag of Cheetos or a box of Cheetos, or you look at something like that. This got me on Amazon like a couple of weeks ago. They were showing like this lasagna, and like I went to go buy it or whatever, and then when it came, it was like a small little box, but on online you couldn't tell. Like they made the box look big, and then when you get it, it's like a small box for like 11, 12 bucks. I'm like, damn it, Amazon. Sometimes you get, sometimes they show you and you get what you get, but other times they use deception. They deceive you. It's like those old commercials when they'll show the hamburgers and stuff, and you look at the hamburger like, damn. Then you go to McDonald's and actually get it, and it looks like something totally different. It even tastes because in the video it tastes like it's heaven, but when you taste it yourself, it just tastes regular, or it's not cooked all the way, or something's wrong with it. If you notice, this world's all about deception, deceiving. Business. Look at businesses. If you break down businesses, you'll see what I'm talking about. You know, this bag of chips costs $5.99, but really in reality it's just fried potatoes with a little seasoning on it, and it really should just be 99 cents like how it was back in the days. And even the older days it'll be like 15 cents, for a bag of chips or whatever. So there's always the utilization and integration of deception. Look at the voting system in the United States. They tell you to vote, 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 but it doesn't matter who you vote for. You still get the same inflation of taxes, the same bullshit. And like, people need to learn that it doesn't matter who you have as a puppet of power in a position of president. It matters who controls it. you know. And let me tell you a little secret. If voting mattered, they wouldn't let you do it. Notice you can't vote on shit that you really, really want to vote on. You know, like, let's vote to lower these damn taxes. Let's vote to lower the gas. Let's vote to actually have thriving communities where there's no crime and less poverty. Let's vote to have our own little mini house communities. Let's vote to have certain forests cut down, and everybody who can afford, a patch of land can get their land in a mini house, and have these mini house cities, or just have these roads and buildings and infrastructures for houses that are all mini houses. Why can't they have that? That would help out millions of people. Why is there no government programs for that? But there's billions of dollars for Israel and the proliferation of their wars and the proliferation of their schemes. Why? This global domination is insanity. A certain group of people that you're not allowed to speak against, because if you do, the next thing you know, hell will come down on you with the hammer. And these people are the same ones that orchestrated the war, both world wars behind the scenes, even the Napoleonic Wars. You know, I think it was Versace or Gucci, but one of those top luxurious brands. They used to make dresses for Napoleon Bonaparte's wife, and they're still in business to this day. So they've been in business for hundreds of years. So you're dealing with old money. You're dealing with money that's hundreds, if not thousands, of years old, entrenched. Meanwhile, you got to start at zero. You got to get a job at 18 and build it up. Can some people actually make a life and career? Of course. But what if some people are not destined for that? What if some people have a spark inside of them, a divine spark, a divine flame inside of them, and they want to be great? And if you put them in a position around the right people, they can show you that they can become legendary. They can become massive. They can become something that's special, something that's rare amongst humans, rare amongst humanity. If you notice, most people are just NPCs. Not everybody wants to be great. Some people are just happy with the base necessities, which is nothing wrong with that. There's billions of people living in poverty all over the earth, you know? So there's nothing wrong with that. It's just some people just want more out of life, you know? Since we're supposed to be in the image of an almighty being and things of that nature, then how come we can't do almighty things if we're in the image of an almighty being? Meaning that if I can think something, why can't I achieve it? If I can think I can sell this beat for $500, why can't I sell it for 500 or 300? If I can get exclusive rights on it or whatever. If I feel like I can sell this and sell this book and do all these things, and that should equal to at least $2,100 a month, how come that can't come to fruition and I make that much and I be able to get my, my own place of consolidation and not deal with physical, emotional anomalies and things of that nature, and just be focused on things that I want to be focused on? How come I never get a bone at me thrown in life? You know, a lot of us, we haven't got bones in our lives thrown our ways, and we get a wave of negative energetic manifestation of reinforcement and frequencies, and they wonder why people like us just live a certain way. We kind of keep to ourselves and don't bother people. Yet people always want to find a way to fuck with us. You know, you don't have to bother. You could just be sitting outside on a patio minding your business, and people will still take offense to that. You know, for some reason, their insecurities, whatever, but they take offense to it for some reason. You're not even paying these people attention, and they'll still want to do little things to try to attack you, but never confront you directly, even though you didn't do nothing. This is why I know that my worst fears came upon me. My living situation, you know what I mean? You know, being snatched and thrown out, you know, my channel getting taken away. It's like my worst fears that I ever imagined came upon me. That's exactly what they say in the Gnostic text. What happens when you start to discover out what this reality really is: a prison, a spiritual prison. You can see the inclinations all around you. Look how much hell you're going through right now. Why do all these bad things happen? What's the spiritual excuse? You know, what is it? Why was this person allowed to pass away and this person wasn't? Why was this person allowed to make it and get successful and this person wasn't? Who dictates and decides this? And don't give me that bull crap. Oh, well, yeah, it's your own fault. You know, people like to say that, and those people are usually ignorant and spiritually lacking and not really intelligent. You can't have deep spiritual conversations and enunciations with those type of people, because those people are just, they're not looking for answers. They're just looking for, they're beyond recognition. They're beyond reconciliation. They're beyond revitalization. They're beyond compassion, sympathy, or mercy. But you don't want to search for truth and spiritual growth and development. You know, look at what I'm going through right now. Most people would have lost their fucking mind. Kicked out and doxxed the day before my channel get taken away. A month before that, my music channel's gone. And then even after my channel get taken away, my other vlogging channel my gaming channel pretty much gets taken away. You know? And from what I heard, because they were jealous of my subscribers on that channel, like, what the fuck? Bro, that channel had nothing to do with the BP. I had that channel for like 10, 11 years. They targeted that channel and YouTube just takes it down. And you try to target these people's channel, nothing happens. You try to report their videos and they're doxing and harassing people. YouTube lets them stay up. So that let me know that they're agents for the evil of this realm. They're put there to try to fuck with me. And you got to be strong with your divinity inside of you, that divinity of infinity, that divine spark, that divine light of creation. This world may be a hell for a lot of us, but it's a paradise for others, you know. Remember, while you're going through it, there's somebody that's not going through it at all. There's somebody right now living the life that I dreamed. They got their own place. They got their own weed. They got their own game. They got their own shit. They don't have to worry about nobody. They ain't got to worry about this. They ain't got to worry about that. They can make their music in peace. Nick Mera, Taz Taylor, I see y'all. Cash Money AP, Josh Petruccio, KBZ. I see y'all. Get to make beats for a living. Get to make music for a living and not deal with nobody's prison and not deal with nobody's shit. Not dealing with nobody's emotional fluctuations. You know, I got enough emotions myself, but you got to keep them hold in and focus and keep making these beats and making this music and trying to do my thing, man. Meanwhile, people are hating my guts. People online who don't even know me hate me. People in real life hate me. Listening to my video right now, but can't stand me. I've done nothing to these people. And if you didn't know me in real life and you heard my videos, you would fuck with me. You know what I mean? You would fuck with me like, oh, this guy's real. But it's like precisely somebody knows you in real life and finds your videos and then they hate you even more. Isn't it funny how people in real life can hate you, but people you never met before will love you and show you the best love you've never received, you know? People give you money, they give you support, they say you be the real. People call you, I've been called a legend many times. I just started a year. I don't know what's so legendary about this besides my fall, you know, but always keep your head up, man, and always, focus on what makes you great and what makes you unique. Peace.